dog. Because he's the big dog. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the brand new, the all new, the spanking new, the shiny new Wrestling on Weed. We here on a Saturday. I know that's crazy. We're usually never here on Saturdays unless we're doing predictions or some shit. But now, as you know, we will be doing Saturday live streams. We'll be doing the king size review joint. Those audio drops will be in there too, Face. You didn't do those for nothing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got a lot of things going on. But we'll get on. Yeah. The stream will be perfect next week. We'll have everything locked in, ready to go. So I'm excited because we have two great shows to talk about. Can we say that we got the quadruple? We got the quadruple. I don't know what to call it, but it was all four shows were amazing. Like Raw was great this week.
Great.
I mean, we got a WrestleMania main event on Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean? That was crazy. You know what I mean? Then, obviously, Dynamite, the first, grand episode of Grand Slam, first part of 4, I think, of the Grand Slam was crazy. Smackdown last night was the Roman Reigns versus... I didn't wake up yesterday morning thinking I was going to see Roman versus Montez Ford. As soon as they said that shit, I was like, that's, of course I want to see that. What? Yes, please, for the love of God.
How it happened.
That's amazing. Please do that. Everything was perfect. Man. And then Rampage last night, we got CM Punk's first TV match. So, it's the king size review joint. So we're going to go through Smackdown. Tell you guys how this is going to go first. We're going to go through Smackdown, do the review joint for Smackdown, immediately followed by the Smackdown blunt ratings. And then we're going to transition over, drop the intro for the Rampage review joint, and followed by the blunt ratings. And then we'll immediately follow that up with the WoW news joint. So we'll talk about the any news stories that are going on over the last 24 to 48 hours. We'll report those to you guys. So 3 shows all in one every Saturday. Today, though, we have 4 shows all in one. The last show we'll be doing is obviously Extreme Rules predictions, trying to take that belt from Super High Travis Sly, trying to dethrone him.
I definitely am.
I mean, one of us has to. I mean, I'm thinking it's my time.
Acknowledge me.
It's WWE pay-per-view. I'm pretty good at those, so we gonna see. We gonna see. Me. So, the predictions, we'll have you guys refresh. Excuse me. We'll have you guys refresh the stream after we finish with the news and come right back for the predictions, because that's a separate link for the stream. So, that's pretty much it. Two-Face, you ready to get into Smackdown, man?
Yeah, and I'm ready to get these predictions in because Gruss will acknowledge me.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to get it. It's been a minute. Yeah. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Travis had that belt too long. Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Way too long.
You know what I mean?
All right. So Smackdown kicked off with the woman Gruss called a bum. Becky Lynch came to the ring and they showed the reef.
Why she gotta be a bum though?
Happy belated. I missed your birthday?
My birthday was yesterday. No, day before yesterday. Day before yesterday? Yesterday? I don't be knowing, man. I don't keep track of my birthday like that. If it wasn't for my girl, I might have forgot that shit was happening, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, so damn.
Thank
Becky
you,
Lynch,
Russ, by the way. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate you, my guy.
Word. So I gotta tell you, if you've been watching long enough, I am the happy horny heel of Wrestling on Weed. So when heels are popping, I love it. And Becky Lynch is popping right now. She's obnoxious. If she was a guy, I'd be saying she's
on her Seth Rollins. She's
killing it.
Yeah.
Her and her husband are killing it. And she comes out. She's like, listen.
Seth is really killing it.
Oh,
go ahead.
God,
sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that. Oh, it's so much to talk about. Just stay tuned, y'all. Just rock with us, y'all.
Wrestling is good. It's all good.
Fuck.
It's all good.
So she's like, listen, guys. Where's my party? Oh, is this my party? My homecoming party? Yay! Because I didn't want to. It ain't my fault. I didn't choose to embarrass Becky Lynch at her homecoming party in Knoxville, Tennessee. She
Bianca Belair. Yeah.
What'd I say?
You said Becky. Up. It's all good.
Oh, yeah, Bianca Belair. Yeah. The caffeine's finally kicking in, and my eyes are like, with my ADHD.
Got my
and she's like, that's her fault. She should, should have shook my hand.
Been ready.
Bianca
came out at that point. and the crowd was
I'm
going
looking at
crazy
my,
with the EST chants.
yes, and great signs and all
still
that.
Becky chants in there, but obviously Becky is getting some boos at this point. The crowd is starting to turn on her, which is what she wants. You know, so you know, yeah, you know, she's doing what she's supposed to do. But Bianca tells Becky to keep her parents' name out her mouth. Don't mention my motherfucking family. Then Bianca said that, you know, she did not know she was facing Becky at SummerSlam. She caught her off guard, but you know, it is what it is. She embarrassed her, you know, at SummerSlam. Then she embarrassed her last week, but she won't be embarrassing her at Extreme Rules because she plans on taking her title back. And then Becky was like, but that's not what's gonna happen. Yep. Because you knew you was gonna have a match, and you didn't know it was gonna be against the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? But you knew you was gonna have a match, so you should have been ready. And you know what makes you think it's gonna be different this time around? You know what I mean? I am the greatest of all time, by the way. And then, yeah, and I like that Bianca, she said that.
Bianca, I'll give Bianca her props. You know, she was like, listen, I accomplished everything you accomplished. Winning the Royal Rumble, headlining WrestleMania. I even got an SB badge all in 1 year. A quarter of the time it took for you to do it. And so, yeah, that's when Becky got tight.
Yeah.
And then
she tried to go after her. Yeah. She got a good slap in. You know what I mean? But then then Bianca beat the shit out of her. Becky tried to hit her with the manhandle. But Bianca reversed it into a KOD. I love her finisher. When she nails it right, that's a devastating finishing move. Dropping somebody on their head from that high up, I like it. I like it a lot. But after that, Two-Face, we had an Intercontinental Championship match against one of your favorites, two of your favorites. Because I feel like I'm just gonna say I feel like Pat McAfee is a trio. I feel like this is trio team. King Nakamura, Boogs, and Pat McAfee is their team. You know what I mean, right? They can't have one without the other. You know what I mean? That group ain't the same. McAfee got them over. Let's just be honest.
Like shit.
McAfee got them over. It is what it is. If it wasn't for him jumping on the table and teabagging Michael Cole during their entrances, like it wouldn't be like that's what got them over. So it all worked. So these guys, Nakamura, King Nakamura, who hasn't won King of the Ring, they're still doing that apparently, is going up against
all WWE.
Yeah, he's the king of all WWE. I guess that includes NXT and the other brands as well. But yeah, this match was good. Wasn't a lot of interference, which I was happy about, but there was a little interference towards the end. Aziz, did pull Cruz out the ring at one point when there was a 2 count. I think he yanked Cruz by the ankle or yanked the ref by the ankle. One of them, he stopped the 2 count. So the match was pretty good. I was thinking that they were going to put the belt back on Apollo and then have them have a rematch at Extreme Rules because it's this weekend. And I don't think that was weird. I feel like they don't have a whole lot of matches on Extreme Rules. I haven't heard, it's not a 10-match card or anything, which is probably a good thing. But the match was decent, back and forth action. Shinsuke ended up getting the win. Bugs hit a suplex, taking out Aziz after the match, which was it? No. Yeah, it was after the match. It was that, but he literally held him up. Aziz looked at him like, "Oh my God, why is this little dude picking me up like this?" He held him. Yeah. He just held him. He held him and just threw him over his head. I was like, yo, that Mighty Mouse ass nigga.
He's strong as shit.
Nigga strong as shit, young. Goddamn. Aziz was literally towering, looking down at him while he's holding him in the air, just holding him. Like, I'm going to just hold you like a big baby.
What are you doing? Whoa!
It's like, I was like, God damn. McAfee kept, trying to put over to how strong he was. I don't follow his Instagram, but he's like, yo, this guy's crazy. All he does is lift weights. And now I can see he's John Cena levels of strong. So, it was crazy. After that, you want to talk about your interview segment?
But before we get into my ritual.
Okay.
Why? Before the match started, you see Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs partying in the backstage, and then here comes Toni Storm, which we know she was rooting for Boogs.
Poor Toni Storm. And
then we don't see her for the rest of the night. So
poor Toni Storm.
And I want to see Toni Storm.
She's catering. She was in catering.
Toni Storm.
She's catering
crew. She's the flyest thing in catering crew. But why catering
crew? She's going to be 24/7 champion in a month.
But you know what makes me happy?
24/7 champion.
I saw Caleb Braxton.
Yeah.
Caleb Braxton.
Kayla showed up.
Woo!
Looking like Kayla,
Yeah,
little freckled up cutie. I mean, nothing wrong with seeing Kayla on your TV on a Friday night. She interviewed Montez.
This is when Smackdown just said, you know what, fuck it, let's go. Pew!
Yeah.
Because she's backstage, she's talking to
different.
Montez Ford, and he was like, where's your partner? Dawkins is at a friend's wedding, boom, 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 but he'll be ready for this Sunday. And then he gets to talking about, the match, and he's like, the Usos won, on Raw, their momentum's crazy. Are you worried about it? Like, man, I ain't worried about it, man. We want all the smoke, boom, boom, boom. And he calls Uso, he's talking about, Roman Reigns is just slinging him around and bitching him around. And he said they're not the bloodline. He's their bloodline bitches. Look right at the camera. Said bloodline bitches.
Montez is definitely the best at looking into the camera and cutting a promo. Yeah. Him and Edge are probably the top two at staring into the camera. Like, they got the looks. Like, you be like, damn, he means it. Montez always take off his glasses when he do it.
Right. That's when you know he means it. He was like, because the Street Profits are up, and I want all the smoke.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy shit!
Oh, I was
bloodline
boosted.
Bloodline bitches.
I was so boosted.
And
I was
all of a
so
sudden
excited.
You see Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman in their locker room, and he's like,
"What did he say?
What the fuck did you say?
He's such a dick."
Hold on. And he goes, he said, "Bloodline." Bitch, the way,
Paul Heyman is a snitch. He's a rat. He's like, he said, "Bloodline bitches." I know. We're not letting him get away with that.
Hold up, man. Set up a match. I want to fight this dude. So I commend Roman because wanting to fight after what happened at Raw, he totally took over. And then they're getting ready for Extreme Rules. So that shit was fucking insane. And it was like, yo, make the fight. Hey, he was like, why are you still here? Go make the shit happen. And then that's when we see Paul Heyman. And he approaches Sonya Deville and her intern,
right?
Her assistant. Yep. And about to set up the match. And the way he sold it, he's just again Paul Heyman being Paul Heyman. I've got your and when he comes up there, Adam Pearce is like, no, we're not going to tell you what's going to happen to Brock Lesnar in the draft. He's like, bitch, shut up,
what I'm here for,
right. I'm here to tell you what your main event is going to be. Just think about Roman Reigns, Montez Ford, and they're like, oh man, this is a great fucking idea, bro. So after that, I knew shit was gonna hit the fan because I'm like, yo, is he gonna demolish him? Is Montez gonna stand up? Like that shit was fucking insane, dude. Like,
I mean, you knew that Montez would lose, but you want to see that match. He's one of the most athletic people in professional wrestling. Like you want to see that match. I will get to it when we get to it, but yeah, you want to see that. Yeah. So this got me hype. At this point, I stood up and I was like, oh, so they just throwing everything at the wall. They just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? At this point, AEW is competition because WWE wasn't giving us shit like this before. You know what I mean? They weren't giving us main event triple threats like what we got on Raw. Lashley and Big E and Roman Reigns. We wasn't getting shit like that before.
That's WrestleMania
AEW
shit.
Caught fire and it's getting 1.2 million every week now, even on the second show. Like, we wasn't getting that. Competition creates, you know what I mean, better content for everybody. This is just what we needed. And I hope AEW never goes anywhere. I don't care if they stay at 1.2 million viewers for the entire existence. Just don't go away like WCW did. Just don't let the wrestlers fuck up the company. Because WWE is better when they have competition. That is 1,000% obvious. After that, we had another recap of the Seth Rollins and Edge situation, which is, craziness, neck stomps and shit. Edge is, we'll talk about that in a minute during the Seth promo. But after that, we had Liv Morgan versus Zelina Vega, which was actually a pretty good match, Two-Face. I wasn't that disappointed by this. Like, Carmella came out with Zelina. She was at ringside in basically in a I'm about to fuck somebody outfit. You know what I mean? I'm sure Corey Graves was literally in gorilla, like, stop staring at my woman.
Well, how can you not? She's literally laying on the announce
literally
table,
outside.
Fuck them
like,
bitches, look at me.
Right. She's like, I'm hot, ain't I? I'm hot, ain't I? I'm like, if I was Corey Graves, I'm like, bitch, you don't get your ass back here. What you thirsty ass? You don't get your thirsty ass over here. What you all in their face for? You got a man. You know what I mean?
She says all that shit just to tell Michael Cole to stop staring. It's unbecoming of you.
Exactly. But that's what makes it good. She's the typical douchey Instagram model, the one who posts naked pictures and be like, why are guys so thirsty? Bitch, you naked. They not gay. What do you want them to do? They looking at titties, your titties. Then you put them on the internet. That's why they looking at them. And so that's basically her gimmick right now. She's the douchebag Instagram model that everyone dislikes.
But Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega is just like two little adorable women fighting.
And they have chemistry in the ring. I think Liv Morgan and Carmella have slight chemistry, but I think Zelina Vega is a better wrestler than Carmella. Probably by double. Yeah, I mean, by a lot. Yeah. So it's, just the way they looked in the ring, her and Liv Morgan, and they're the same size. So the movesets they were doing, it just blended. It worked for me. Liv hit Zelina with that same move that, took out Carmella's nose last week. But she didn't break her nose. Fake break her nose. Carmella wasn't happy when she saw it and started talking shit to Liv. Liv got distracted as Zelina capitalized with a kick to her head. Zelina then hit a sunset flip power bomb and pinned Liv for the win. Pretty cool finish.
Hard.
Yeah, I like the finish there. That should be Zelina's finish going forward. I know Dustin Rhodes does a sunset power bomb as well. I don't think it's his finisher though, so yeah, that doesn't count. So good match between those two. Surprisingly good match between those two ladies. The heat is on, ladies and gentlemen. People are stepping the shit up, and I for one am very happy about it. Then we had, speaking of happy, we had a happy Corbin. Was on a spending spree. Blowing the bag. You know what I mean? It's what I'll be doing in Vegas in a couple weeks when I go see my Raiders play the Bears. You know what I mean? I won't be spending the bag because Vegas is expensive. So I'm gonna be tight with my money when I go out there. But yeah, so we had the premiere of Corbin's Happy Talk, WWE's 79th television show on a television show. It's like being stuck inside the quantum realm. It's like, I don't know.
On the same television show. I think
it's
there's
like,
more on
right,
Smackdown than there are on Raw.
Yes, there's like 7 shows on each show. So it's the show within a show. But the premiere of Happy Corbin's Talk, you want to talk about this?
Yes. Because one, I'm here for Happy Corbin.
Yeah.
That's my man. That's awesome. My man's in him. He came up. He was looking like some shit, and he came up in Vegas. So now so he comes out. He introduces this is the premiere of Happy Talk, and it's not gonna be like them other shows like Kevin Owens, who likes to break people down on his show. No. We're going, and what better person to bring in to kick off the premiere of Happy Talk? And my guest is me. So and he's just, he's bigging himself up out of the way. Come on, son. His suit game is insane. That suit he had
Baron Corbin is a well-dressed motherfucker. Let's just say his suits are extremely well-tailored. Let's just say that. Yeah.
And then, I don't know why he's talking all this shit about KO. Here comes Kevin Owens. Now, this is where it got a little weird. Because KO comes out mad. He's doing that weird walk that Liv Morgan does when she's mad, walking down the ring, like with that power, that old white people power walk thing.
Right.
So stop it. He comes out, and all of a sudden, some dude in a hoodie attacks KO while laughing, just hysterically. Like, are we turning Happy Corbin?
You don't know who that was?
Joker?
That's Riddick Moss, Mojo Rawley, old homie. You remember him? Yeah, I know. He was nobody. He was like chasing the 24/7 title for like a couple weeks and then disappeared again. Like, yeah.
And I was looking at him like, he looks kind of familiar, but who are you? But it left us like, okay, he's got another crony. He's got a little flunky who just kept smiling. But it was entertaining as fuck. It's just, they just left it in the air. Like, we'll tell you about that next week.
Why though? It's just like, like what is happening? I know what was happening. So Corbin has henchmen now. Like, he's paying goons. It makes sense. Like, Corbin paid some. Maybe McAfee should have like dropped that line. I think Corbin paid some goons. Like, he should like something just to try to explain it, what the fuck was going on, because I didn't know. Like, he ain't have no friends last week. Now he got money and he got friends. Like, that's how it works. But just explain it a little bit.
Yeah, the fakeness of the industry.
Of course, but that's, obviously they'll turn on each other at some point. That's how the stories go. So, yeah, it's not.
But it was entertaining. It was entertaining, though. I mean, they
Corbin
double choke slammed Kevin Owens onto the steel steps and just kept laughing, and it was just the super obnoxious villain laugh. And I'm here for all of it. I just need a little bit more. Like, is he just, you paid him one time? Is he gonna be in your corner like he had the two dudes that used to be in the Lost Brothers or whatever the fuck they used to be called? I don't know.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, those guys. They're all gone now. You know what I think about Corbin, Doug?
What?
He's gonna be the new Miz for WWE. He's gonna be the new Miz. Like, he could switch from he's an amazing heel, just like the Miz, consistent, doesn't get hurt, has a great safe in-ring work style, amazing heel promos, consistent heel promos.
Great at being an asshole.
Just amazing at being an asshole. Can be a babyface very easily if he wanted to. He's a very likable person. People love him backstage in the locker room. So he's gonna be the new Miz. Like, Barry Corbin go interview and do any talk show anywhere. You know what I mean? He speaks well. He's from my home state of Kansas City. I'm from St. Louis, born in St. Louis. So he's from Missouri. You know what I mean? So he seems like somebody they could put in front of the camera. I'm surprised he's not already contended for world championship, but I feel like we're building him up towards that for maybe a year or two down the line. He'll be contending against the world champions, the Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley's and such like that, maybe 12 to 24 months from now. So I think Corbin has a bright future. He's already had a pretty damn good career, even as the leader of the mid-card. Pretty much.
And he was stamped by The Rock. You got to stamp for The Rock. You're going to be good for
facts.
a while.
That's a good point. That's facts. Even The Rock noticed how good he was. The Rock's like, yo, that dude is talented, man. He puts people over with how he's supposed to. He's about the business. He understands. And he comes from football. He's a football player. So all those guys don't come in and be like, yeah, I'll just lose and look stupid. And I was professional. Like, someone like, nah, dog, I ain't doing that. And you know what I mean? And then they never get anywhere because they be too hard to work with. But shout out to Corbin, man. I just like talking about. I'm a big Baron Corbin fan. Always have been.
Same here.
So yeah.
Same
After that, we had the Montez interview with Kayla Braxton. I think you talked about this, right?
She interviewed him twice.
Yeah, she interviewed him twice.
I can count how many times Kayla Braxton's been on screen, baby.
Indeed, I'm sure.
Yeah. So this time she's asking him, do you regret calling them bloodline bitches? And he said no, because the truth shall set you free. Oh shit! And
it is what it is.
He's like, everybody's scared of Roman, but I'm not, and I want all the smoke.
I loved it. It was a great promo. It made him look like a tough guy. You know what I mean? He looked like a real nigga. You know what I mean? For lack of better words, he looked like a real nigga.
All I'm asking is that let this be a true thing, that Dawkins is at a family, friend's wedding, and this is not the beginning of a Montez Ford solo push. Let's not break up the Street Profits. Because that's the first thing I thought.
I was thinking that. You know what?
That was fucking with me.
It popped in my head. I was like...
Especially because by himself,
is he really at a wedding? Is he? Because they never say shit like that. They never announce when somebody's personal business when they not there for a show or some shit. They just be like, he's not here. They'll make up a wrestling reason why he's not there. Yeah. So I was, but Montez Ford is a star, bro. Like, he needs a solo push. It's obvious he's a mega star in the making. Like, he's gonna have to split from Dawkins at some point. They got to do it.
He can be the Universal Champion easily.
They don't, very easily. He can be the champion of any brand and be on, like I said, be walking around in front of every camera with the belt and bring attention to with his charisma and the way he talks and dresses and everything and wrestles.
And then Michael Cole threw some extra salt on the wound or the possible wound when he was like, well, the draft is coming. You never know. Him and Dawkins could be separated. I'm like, yo, stop playing with me.
Yeah,
yo.
He did say that. He did say that. We're definitely heading that way. We got to head that way. I love him as a tag team too, but
if
Montez
it happens,
Ford needs
I need
to be
Dawkins
a superstar.
to turn heel. Dawkins got to turn heel if
No. Dawkins needs to be a Matt Riddle. He needs to be the black Matt Riddle. He does not. Dawkins needs to be a super baby face. Like Dawkins super baby. Like Montez could be a heel before Dawkins could be, like, easily, because he could cut promos. Dawkins. Yeah, Dawkins is I get high and I drink out my red cup baby face. Like, he's great at that. It took him he was in WWE for 7 years doing nothing, in Performance Center doing nothing, guys. I think we all know that. And it wasn't until Montez Ford came around and they became a tag team that he kind of blew up and found himself. So I think that he needs to stick with this gimmick and doesn't need to switch it up. Montez, I think, is more versatile and can switch it up a little bit easier and do other things. But yeah,
that's why I think they're really gonna do this, because there's so much Montez Ford can do, and he's so good at it. He can do anything, and bro. He's an amazing wrestler.
He has Dwayne Johnson potential. Yeah, I mean, it's clear cut. He has Dwayne Johnson potential. Honestly, I was about to say some stupid shit. I'm not gonna say that because no, he doesn't. But yeah, he's really good, not better than The Rock. When it comes to cutting promos, The Rock was just one of the funniest motherfuckers of all time. He's top 3
up there though,
because
he be launching.
He's up there. He's definitely up there. But The Rock, just comedy wise, and being able to go from nobody was better. It is what it is. So after that, we had Nikki Ash versus Natalya. Nikki Ash came out by herself. There was no. Where was Rhea Ripley?
No, she just did the usual intro where she comes out.
Oh, they came out
and
separate.
does her part, right. And then Rhea Ripley came out.
She was out there. She was out there.
You're right. Them new shiny women's tag team champions. And you know what's crazy? Because we didn't get to talk about this after Raw. I'm here for every bit of it. Yes, it's like RK Bro, but I love it because she's the little silly one. And there's a couple of times I thought they were gonna kiss, and then that really would have just taken it to a whole nother level for me.
Level. That would have.
But I like it. I like them two together. It gives them a certain level of, what am I looking for? Like credibility, because they can't be the women's champion right now, but they popping enough to where they can be the tag team. I like it. It works. They both got a strap. I like it better on them than I do on Tamina and Natalya. Sorry, I'm just not a Natalya fan. It just doesn't.
Yeah, we're not Natalya fans over here on this channel. At least, yeah.
I like it. I like the fact that they're the tag team champions.
It's such a copy and paste gimmick, bro.
It is.
Mansoor and Ali are doing the same thing. The exact same thing.
That's just going to fade out.
But they're good too. Mansoor and Ali are good too. Like, I love them as a tag team. You know what I mean? And they put Carrillo and Garza in the tag team. Like, I loved it. The tag division is getting kind of nice. Still got the Viking Raiders and they can afford to break up the Street Profits, right? But you know what? They need to consolidate the tag belts. There needs to be one set of tag belts. That shit is stupid. 2 tag belts. You got 10 teams total, nigga, in the whole company. That's dumb. But hopefully they figure that shit out.
Can I clarify something? Because Fat J brought
we already know about Natalya's sister. We've had this conversation 5 times, bro. You late, Jay. We done had this conversation like 5 times already, bro. Yeah. So, but yeah, talking about the match, Nikki had the upper hand for most of the match. Tamina tried to create Tamina and Natalya were working his heels for sure in this match. She tried to create a distraction. Rhea took her out of the picture. Then Nikki rolled up Natalya for the win. And then we got Shotzi and Knox coming out on the tank, shooting stuff at people. So there, I guess they were challenging Rhea and Nikki Ash for the tag titles. Are these 2 babyface teams about to go up against each other, or are Knox and Shotzi going to be heels in this situation? I don't know what's happening, but I don't like it. I'm just going to let you know that I don't like it. The women's tag division in WWE sucks. It sucks, and it sucks bad. I just want to put that out there. I'm sorry if you disagree, but the women's tag division in WWE sucks. The belts are gorgeous. I love the belts. They're beautiful. White and gold and silver. It's gorgeous. Division. Where's the Iconics? Where's the Iconics?
Why?
They still haven't replaced the Iconics. There's still nobody as good as the Iconics were as a team. They still haven't found a team that was as good as the one that they fired for no reason. They were good at everything. I mean, Billie Kay was not that good in the ring, let's be honest. But she was, who cares? She was good. She was entertaining. That's what it is. It's wrestling.
Their personalities were amazing.
Yeah, it's like they were my favorite women's tag team. They were everybody's favorite tag team at one point when they were getting pushed. And then WWE just said, yeah, fuck this.
You know what's crazy? I thought they were annoying, but when they won, they got so extra annoying that it was entertaining, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
And then I became a fan.
Makes a good heel.
I'm spitting on my equipment. But it was
you
awesome.
saw like backstage like segments that they would do that weren't on the show, like just WWE shit that they would air or shit they would put on their YouTube channel. It'd be fucking hilarious. They are comical women. They are very, very good. Their accents and everything make them funny.
And they grew up together.
And they're actual friends. The chemistry is very obvious. You know what I mean? They posting these thirst traps all over the internet last week. You know what I mean? Super thirst traps all over the internet last week. Shout out to them. I ain't mad at it. Do your thing, ladies. Hopefully they'll be in a wrestling ring soon doing some sports entertainment for all us to enjoy again soon. But yeah, women's tag team segment. Not a big fan of the division in WWE. They need to.
Why not keep Shotzi and Ember Moon together? They actually meshed well together.
Because they had the same look. They had the same look. Tegan Knox should be a solo wrestler. She should be like someone who's in the ring, like impressing people with her wrestling skills, not the fact that she comes in on a tank. Like she's a great wrestler. Like she
don't need to push the button.
Yeah, that's like Candice LeRae, like, you know, needing to fucking coming in on a school bus or some shit. Nobody wants to see that. Like she's a great women's wrestler. Just have her wrestle. Let her get her, you know, and charismatic. You know, Tegan's not super duper charismatic, but, you know, she got something. Just they don't give these people a fair shot to be themselves and be good.
Tegan Knox by herself will be catering, and then she would have been on that list.
She'll be right next to she'll be right next to what's her name? Big Booty Judy. I forget her name. I already forgot her name.
Electra?
No, we're not talking about her. Damn, this is bad. I forgot her name already.
Sorry.
What's the girl that was in catering with
Tony Storm?
Tony Storm. Damn, I almost forgot who she was.
Oh no, I didn't forget Tony Storm either, baby.
That's not good. That's not good. Watch. Okay, we'll see. She better be in a match next week.
Right, they're ruining her. They're literally ruining Tony Storm.
Well, we're about to get into that in a minute. I was about to say they doing the same thing, Naomi. We're going to get that to them in a minute. After that, we had the recap of the Dominic and Sami Zayn situation. Dominic frustrated with his pops, nitpicking, and, you know, he basically tells Ray off kind of as much as you're going to tell your pops off without getting smacked in the mouth. Then Dominic says if he's not at ringside, he would have beaten Sami. Ray walks away saying that Dom is not thinking straight. Sami showed up and then, you know, did his snake thing. Like, yo, bro, fuck your dad, man. He talking that bullshit, dog. You don't need to listen to him no more, man. You need to go do your own thing, dog. You be way better off if you stop listening to him, man. He's short as hell anyway, dog. I don't even know why you could probably whoop his ass. You just whoop his ass. I don't even think you should listen to him no more. That probably ain't even your real daddy. You talk to Eddie Guerrero, I know he dead, but have you prayed to him lately? I'm pretty sure that's your real daddy.
Oh, no.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, I'm just saying, you don't look nothing like the nigga, bro. You don't look nothing like him. You don't look nothing like him. Go get a paternity test. You should go get the paternity test. You should do it because that ain't your daddy.
Young. Sami Zayn for the fucking win, dude. The way he just slid right in there.
Oh, man. He slid it in there like Satan, like a motherfucker. Demon-ass Sami Zayn came in there trying to break up the family. But it was entertaining. It was what it was. Obviously planting the seeds for these two, father and son, having a match together and Bray putting his son over. That's what I'm looking forward to. So
he needs it, though.
Yeah, he does. After that, it was time
to fade.
Yeah. He needs to like be on his own, away from his dad.
He does.
I think they might split him up on the brand split and just let Dominic do his own thing. I think that's the move. So after that, it's time to feel the glow. It's a segment I was looking forward to. But
I wasn't.
I don't know what to say about it. I was looking forward to it because I feel like it was heading towards Naomi getting a main event push, and we still could be heading, not main event, but you know what I mean. You know, getting a big push, and it's, you know, it seems like we could still be going. They tried to Stone Cold her last night. Yeah, I mean, they tried to turn her into Stone Cold Becky Lynch Naomi last night. I was like, okay. So Naomi showed up. You know, it had a recap of her and Sonya's little interactions. Sonya not letting her get a match, carrying her, disrespecting her and shit. Cole says Naomi is not scheduled to compete tonight once again. Naomi puts out an open challenge because she don't give a fuck. Sonya comes out and says that she makes the matches. Not WWE 2K creator character Adam Pearce. He is no longer the boss. He literally stands a whole 3 feet behind her when she's talking and says, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. He is a cuck. But anyway, so Naomi then challenged Sonya to a match, which is what we were all hoping to see. Sonya denied her, though. Sonya's like, nah, bitch, it ain't happen. And then, you know, she was...
But how she denied her? I would love to beat the glow out your ass. I was like, let's go.
That was amazing. That's how you know they're going to have a match. Like, you don't say that. That's how you know they're going to have a match. It's Sonya's comeback match. Going to be awesome. But, you know, Naomi tried to get a chant started very awkwardly, make the match, but she wasn't doing it in chant form, so it was hard for the crowd to catch on. She wasn't going, make the match. She was going, make the match, make the match, make the match. I was like, bitch, they can't chant it. Shut up. Like, do it right. Well, you gonna lead a chant, lead it right. What are you doing? Make the match, make the match. They can't chant to that. Then she tried to slow it down, but Sonya called the cops. Sonya's snitch. She called the boys. Security came out. She was like, security. They came out and drug out Naomi out of the arena, and that was that. So Naomi that's main event push segment right there. That's a main event. You're beefing with the authority figure at that point and getting the cops called on you and drug out the ring. You're either never coming back to the company or you're about to get some title shots. It's one of the you're about to get some big matches. You know what I mean? At the very least. So
she's married to the mob, son. Just put her in the bloodline. Put her with the bloodline.
At the end of the day, I think that's going to be part of it too. I think there's a chance that Sonya could win, and then that's when Naomi or Roman or even, you know, Jay's like, yeah, babe, you should just, or Jimmy, sorry. Just, babe, you should just come over here. Jimmy, is Jimmy or is it Jay?
Yeah, Jimmy.
It's Jimmy. It's Jimmy. Yeah, Jay got another wife. He gets the other lady, the one that doesn't wrestle. But yeah, so... You know, I think after she loses to Sonya, they're going to be like, all right, you got to come with us. We'll show you the way. You get with us, then you got somebody watch your back. You get motivated, family thing. I think that might be the deal at the end of it. So we'll see. Please. I just like that Naomi's doing something, even though she's not having matches. This is good. This is good. Yeah. Because we've been complaining for a while about Naomi not doing shit. She's complaining. That's what the whole storyline is at this point. So pretty good.
She's going to keep the glow thing until she loses, clearly, because after she say, I'm going to beat the glow out your ass, you can't just take the glow off now. She's going
to be the glow gimmick is a great gimmick. I don't hate the glow gimmick. She got one of the most fire entrances in WWE.
Unpopular opinion. It sucks. It's annoying. It's played out.
The entrance or the whole gimmick?
The whole gimmick. The whole gimmick.
Really?
I don't like it. I like her dancing, of course, because she's well-rounded. But I'm just not here for the glow. I'm over it. Even with the glowing women's championship. I don't think
she overdoes. Sometimes she has cringy metaphors. Glow metaphors, they be cringy. I'd be like, shut the fuck up,
I'm over it.
But usually she don't like overdo it. I feel like and maybe it's because we don't get to see her all. If she was coming out every week, I probably would be tired of her.
When she was coming out almost every week, I was tired of it.
And I don't like it.
She needs to boss up and handle her business.
Yeah.
And because she can wrestle.
Yeah.
It's not like she can't
the whole teaming with Lana and then teaming with they just throwing her with anybody. Yeah. It was it was bad for her at one point. You're right.
She showed up in just purple. When she came up to us like, bitch, I done did this, I done did that, I done that. I was like, okay, there's not a whole bunch of colors. Okay, maybe we're gonna. And then next thing you know, feel the glow sign last night. I'm like, fuck.
I mean,
you gotta dance. All she did was wave the feathers. We're not here to
transition out of the gimmick. You can't just stop the gimmick. You got to transition out of it to tell some stories. But I like what you're thinking there. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I don't know what the feathers was about. So. After that, we had another Becky Lynch promo. Becky said that she ain't scared of Bianca and that Extreme Rules, she's going to break Bianca Belair. So, yeah, looking forward to this match a whole lot. Seeing these two ladies go at it for a good 20 minutes.
You're going to be the EST. You're going to be the dumbest. I was like, oh.
She said it. She went there. Now for the main event, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the night. What a main event it was. Roman Reigns versus Montel. What?
I know about the glow. Because he said don't disrespect the glow. I have seen the drag, but the glow, even with Leroy, it was just one color. And he had to go, you are the last dragon. That was one of my favorite movies. I even met Leroy in person. That's one of my favorites.
Did you? Damn, that's dope.
You are the last dragon. Red, purple, green, yellow, horseshoes, and leprechauns too. No,
it was just one glow, one orange glow.
I'm sorry. I just had to get that out my chest.
I love that movie. That's classic, man. That's classic. So yeah, Roman Reigns versus Montez Ford. Roman attacked first. Got a couple clotheslines in, then hit a drop kick. Ford countered. He got a little offense in at that point. Then Ford threw Roman outside the ring. They had an ad break at that point. Roman was dominating, because he should be dominating the whole match. The fans were actually chanting Tribal Chief, which is not great for Montez. But it's all good. Ford start firing up, they were doing some chops, towards each other. Ford did a step up enziguri on Roman, then threw Roman outside again. Roman tried to climb onto the announcer's table, but the table obviously was made of paper. Last night, so the table just collapsed. Then Pat McAfee said that maybe it was just dancing earlier in the night that weakened the table. So I was like,
my fat ass dancing.
Yeah, he's accurate. That's a really good explanation if you're going to give one for why the table was weakened. They've usually just never give an explanation. It's just like, the gimmick table broke too soon. And yeah, it's probably I was dancing on the table. It's probably my fat ass dancing on the table. Pat McAfee is very, very good at his job. That's why he's in the intro of the video, of the Smackdown intro. He's the only commentator in the intro on any of the shows we do.
That's a good point.
We had to get him in there. He's a part of the show. Both Ford and Roman after that got into the ring, and it was all Roman Reigns at that point. Montez did counter the Superman punch with a DDT, which was pretty fucking sweet. Spin around DDT. Then Roman kicked out at Tudo. Ford went for the frog splash from the heavens. Roman just kind of caught him in the guillotine choke, and Ford tapped out because no one gets out of that. Roman put you in it at this point. Heyman advised Roman to show Ford what it means to be extreme, set an example.
That was so epic.
So the Usos came out. Roman had a steel chair, and they set up tables, and Roman hit Ford with the steel chair, and then they put Ford through the table. It was all bad, but then suddenly,
but so entertaining.
the lights went out. No, this whole segment was amazing. Then suddenly the lights went out, and the Demon was just standing on the top of the turnbuckle, and he jumped off, did a crossbody from the top rope on the whole Bloodline, got them up out of there, beat up Jimmy and Jay some more, and yeah. He took out Reigns, too, at the end, actually. He took out Reigns, too. And he was standing tall at the end of SmackDown. The Demon's about to take his first loss ever in WWE. Let's just all prepare for it and hate WWE for what's about to happen.
They're just doing what they can to build up.
But it is what it is. Like, they're giving us big matches. Like, there probably should have been some build to this. Like, Finn Balor should probably win, but he won't. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
ain't nobody beating Roman until after he beats The Rock.
It's not time. I'm sorry. It's not time. They about to do the brand split and shit. It's not time.
And it's not, and the crazy part about it, just like the match last night, like the match lasted longer than I expected it to, but I'm glad it did because it was a great performance and it shows how Montez can stand on, again, Montez on his own. We getting them hints. But the same thing with Roman. We know he's not losing, but I'm not mad because it's the greatest fucking title run we've had in a very, very long time. Like this, I'm here for all of it. I
can't even remember a title run in WWE. Becky Lynch's title reign. I can't even think of a title reign that's been this good, and definitely not in the last decade.
Yeah.
Stone Cold's title reigns were pretty long,
and entertaining.
Bruno Sammartino held the belt for 8 years straight, but that don't count. We're talking about
modern
wrestling. Yeah, it's like I can't think of an actual title reign that's been this consistently good for this long. Like, first of all, people don't hold the belt for a year plus. Not many people get to do that. So, and
when he expands the bloodline, it's going to be even bigger and more powerful.
Yeah, they need to keep expanding it. Never break this up. This needs to be a.
Come on over, baby.
This needs to be a forever thing. This is family. There's no reason to ever break them up. It's just not. At this point, now that Jimmy and Jay are all in, They the champs. Ain't no reason to ever break them up. You know what I mean?
And don't they
Everything
got a
Roman
little
said
brother?
worked. Yeah,
Don't
he's
they got a
he's
little
signed.
brother that's
Yeah,
like the
he's coming
size
in.
of fucking
He's coming in.
Bobby Lashley?
Nah, he's
I heard he
small.
was
He's
huge.
he's day size. He's
Nah,
day size.
I heard he was bigger than
I think
him.
they got a big dude. I think it's a big brother that's big
big
too. But I know
brother.
I think this I don't know. I know they got. What the fuck is his name? I can't think of his name.
The bloodline the bloodline runs wrestling behind the scenes anyway. It's the most powerful bloodline in literally the family in wrestling. It's the biggest family in wrestling. So having the bloodline on the show, this is fucking
Joseph Fatu. That's his name. Joseph Fatu. Yeah, he's not a big dude. Yeah, he's they size. He's regular. I mean, he's like really impressive. Yeah, you know I mean, dude is, you know, I mean, he's super talented, just like they are. It runs in the family. Obviously, the bloodline is there for a reason. But that's the end of the SmackDown review, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into these blunt ratings.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke. Talk to him. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
It sucks when you notice an error in your camera, in your joint, right when you know, when you're live and shit. I just realized that there was an error in the Blunt Ratings intro that I just did. I've been trying to rush and get so much stuff done for this show, these shows and streams over the last week. I've been working my ass off, not sleeping, trying to get all this shit together. I hope y'all like the new overlays, the new scenes, the way the stream looks and everything. I've been working really, really hard to try to get this shit looking good.
And the new logo, yeah, that shit is
new logo is fire. Definitely love the new logo.
That shit is hard.
My designers put their foot in shit this go round, so we're excited about everything that's coming for Wrestling on Weed this year and going forward. So let's talk about these Blunt Ratings. We got a whole nother show to review. What we gonna give matches for SmackDown?
At least 3.5. At least. I enjoyed these matches. These were, even with I enjoyed all of them and surprised by 2 of them. So yeah, at least 3.5.
3.5 is perfect. I think that's perfect. It's fair. The main event was really good. I would have probably gave that 3.5, 4 blunts by itself. Like the women's match, tag match, but it was decent. Yeah, 3.5 seems fair. What about promos and backstage segments?
Oh man, 4. Dog, Becky, fucking Seth Rollins, fucking Montez Ford. Come on, son.
I was thinking 4.5, honestly, but 4 is better. No, 4 is better. 4 is better. 4 is better. 4 is more accurate. 4 is more accurate.
That was hard, yo. Everything was just hard, yo. It was just, oh man, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
So what about the story? What about the storytelling?
Yeah, it should be 4.5. Even with Paul Heyman, the way he was slicing shit up, and then he gets on stage, and the way he was like, show him what extreme is. Like, come on, son, that shit was crazy. I'm here for it.
Let's just stick with 4. Let's stick with 4.
All right.
Leave room for improvement. I think 4 is good. Storytelling. What we gonna do? Storytelling.
I love all the storytelling. I feel like I'm being too nice right now, but all the storylines are awesome. Especially with our new women's tag team champions coming in, even though they didn't have a tag match. You know.
I mean, the Intercontinental title scene is kind of weird. There's not really any story going on. It's just some people wrestling, but that's cool.
Why they had that match?
It's a workman's belt. So
why they had that match last night instead of at Extreme Rules is awkward.
Because there's no story. There's no point in having it in Extreme Rules. So
Bloodline is running shit. Kicked it off. I mean, well, no, actually, kicked off with Becky Lynch. But even then, Becky Lynch and Bianca is dope.
Becky and Bianca's story, Kevin Owens and Corbin's story, Sami Zayn and the Mysterios and everything. I say 4. Another 4 is probably fair.
Fact.
Another 4. Yeah, it's probably fair. SmackDown. Always good storytelling on this show. What about commentary?
Commentary is fire. I mean, it's fucking Michael Cole and Pat McAfee was on point. He saved the fucking the botch from the table botch. That shit was dope because that was definitely a botch. And then he was like, "Oh man, it's probably for my fat ass dancing on it earlier." Can't get past that part. But and then the way they were teasing Montez going solo, man. I'm telling you, what's going to happen. I was hoping when I brought that up earlier that you would be like, "Nah, man, you tripping."
Nah, it's what needs to happen. But what we gonna give him?
Nothing too extravagant. Some 3.5, 4.
I think it's another 4. It's commentary to his Pat McAfee, bro. Like Pat McAfee ain't getting no 3.5. Not over here.
Right.
He's
right.
He's.
I'm working on.
Like
I'm
the most
for this
entertaining
season.
commentator on wrestling TV right now. Him and Tony Schiavone are like 1A and 1B right now.
Yeah,
so.
But y'all tell me I'm too nice, so I'm trying not to be too nice.
No, I get it. I appreciate it. I'm
working on it.
So what about the crowd last night?
Oh, the crowd was insane. The crowd was giving the shit that we knew that we shouldn't have, like screaming tribal chief, and the crowd was insane. Crowd, I would say a 4.5, 5 for the crowd. 4.5 probably. It's not like was the craziest crowd, but it was. It could have been a 5.
Actually,
but Glow Queen, your Glow Queen messed it up.
I take it back. It's a 4. It's a 4. It's a 4. It's a 4. Because we got to do ratings for it. I just compared it to another show that happened afterwards, so it's a 4.
Right.
So
happy Two-Face.
So
I'm a happy horny heel. Triple H.
And we got 4s. We got 4s all the way across the board except for matches. Damn. All right, that's 3.95. So yeah, 3.9 for what was it, Smackdown? Yeah, so awesome Smackdown as usual.
Right now,
the Hills are always more entertaining. It's just they make better TV. Promos by babyfaces are usually corny and cheesy, and no one ever likes them unless their name is Stone Cold Steve Austin or Dwayne Johnson. Like it's hard to cut a good promo as a babyface. Edge can do it. Daniel Bryan can do it. It's not a lot of them, bro. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of them. As a heel, you just talking shit. You can say whatever. You could be a dick. It's easy to be a dick. You know what I mean? It's it's just a lot easier. So, I'm happy when there's a lot of
Smackdown.
heel champions I
just want to do this real quick for Bryan Danielson and fucking Kenny Omega. Holy shit. What the fuck? I know this is SmackDown, but I needed to get that off my chest on the show.
5 minutes. Easy.
Wow.
Amazing.
Fucking wow.
Classic. All right, guys. That's the end of the blunt ratings for SmackDown, but don't go anywhere because it is time that we review AEW Rampage. Let's get to it.
If you can't say something entertaining, then shut the hell up.
Wrestling on Wwe. Wrestling on Wwe. Wrestling on Wwe.
Hey, let me get Two-Face in here on all these cams. We still get all the cameras and shit together. It's so much shit to do. Oh my God, there he is. What's going on, Two-Face? We back. I ain't even got our names down here. Nothing. I know it's been so long, man. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys, for the second part of the King Size Review Joint. We're going to be doing every Saturday.
Oh, this is so much fun.
That J just hit me straight in the throat. Damn. Some gas.
Smoking them backwards.
I'm smoking papers. I don't smoke backwards no more. I gave those up.
Okay.
Raws only.
Nice.
Let's get into AEW Rampage. We have a 2-hour show to review. It's normally a 1-hour show. I think this is kind of a tester to see if they can do 2 hours. But yeah, I mean, they started the show off with Powerhouse Hobbes and CM Punk. They just don't waste any time at AEW. There's no 20-minute promo segment at the beginning of the show. They're just like, you want a match, you want some good start. She's at 8 o'clock, start the match. You know what I mean? So, Powerhouse Hobbes versus CM Punk.
That's me.
Great back and forth match. Yeah, that's you. Great back and forth match between these two guys. Powerhouse Hobbes looked dominant for a lot of the match, but
he sucks.
But CM Punk obviously was getting his offense in because he started the match off by working his leg. He was trying to take out one of the as Taz called him, one of the Redwood's legs. I feel like, I don't know, never heard a black guy called a Redwood. Hook was trying to distract CM Punk.
Sucks.
Why he suck? Why you think he sucks?
He's annoying, yo. Like, why the fuck you gotta keep snarling at me, cuz?
Cause this is mean face.
That shit is whack. It's annoying.
Nigga, would you say something to him in the dark alley? I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Fuck
That nigga made that face at me. I'm be like, that nigga look like he eats people. I'm good. You know what I mean?
But that's annoying. I'm just not a fan.
He got pecs on top of his pecs. I ain't saying nothing to him.
I get that. So this is what I'm saying. Listen, I know if you're watching this, stop snarling at me, cuz. But you don't need it. It looks corny. It looks cheesy. And don't get mad at me. Don't fuck me up, because I know you can beat my ass 20 times over. Don't do it, please. I come in peace. Live long and prosper. But that shit is annoying.
I think Hobbs is dope, man. I fuck with Hobbs, man. He has potential. I don't know about his promo game, but he has potential. But Hook jumped on the ring apron at one point, tried to distract CM Punk. CM Punk was like, "Hey, Hook, what's going on?" But Hobbs capitalized on the distraction and hit CM Punk with a crossbody that squashed him. CM Punk was trying to get offense in on Hobbs, but it wasn't really doing much because Hobbs is 3 times his size. What happened after that? Excalibur. Oh yeah, during this, should mention. I'll talk about that afterwards. But Ricky Starks was on commentary with Taz, obviously, because Team Taz is having a match, and he was great on commentary. I just want to say Ricky Starks, I'd rather hear him commentary than Chris Jericho any day. And I like the banter between him and Taz. It's like they boys in a crew, but they were still taking shots at each other the whole match. Like Ricky Starks and Taz was talking shit like they was like they really friends and shit. But at one point, Hobbs and Punk were exchanging fists. CM Punk hit a neck breaker, followed by a beautiful elbow drop that actually looked painful, which is usually not what elbow drops look like. Hobbs kicked out at 2 though. Hobbs then countered an attempted GTS with a vicious spine buster. It looked kind of painful. Was worried for a little bit there. He didn't land flush on his back. But CM Punk got a rear naked choke hold on Hobbs after that, tried to choke him out. He did make him doze off, didn't put him to sleep though all the way, and Taz was like, see, that ain't enough to put him to sleep. You said you was going to put him to sleep. It didn't work on commentary or whatever. But then Hobbs hit the Stampede Slam and Punk kicked out at 2. Punk tried to hit, or he did hit a top rope hurricanrana, which was pretty sweet. Hobbs awkwardly landed on his head, looked kind of sick because he landed like right on top of his head. It could have been bad. But then he kind of ran into Hook, which kind of took him out, and then Punk grabbed him up on his shoulders and hit the GTS for the win. Awesome match between a small guy and a big guy. Just the exact type of match you want to see between these two. CM Punk made Powerhouse Hobbs look like a powerhouse. He flopped for him and bumped for him all over the place.
Why couldn't he do that in his first match? Yes, I'm going there.
What you mean?
Mr. Unpopular Opinion. Because his match, because they was, it's been 7 whole years, and I feel like they oversold the 7 whole years when at All Out when CM Punk fought Darby. So this shit was boring to me. It was so weird.
Why do you think they oversold that? You high right now? What did you smoke?
Boring.
Wait a minute.
At least, but I say that to say that the match with Darby was boring until the middle of the match. Then last night
storytelling.
It was a boring story. It was boring. Christian Cage had been in the ring for over 7 years, and he was fucking popping off the break. So it was just an oversell. And I say that to say, last night, that's the CM Punk I wanted to see. That's the CM Punk I like to see. Last night, his momentum was good. He did some dope shit, like you said. The way he put Hobbs over.
First match in 7 years, he can't come out the gate like Ray Phoenix. It wouldn't make no sense because it wouldn't make no sense.
First of all, no one can be Ray Phoenix.
You got to be cautious. You got to come in like, I've been practicing, but I ain't had a match. Let me be cautious. Take things slow. This dude's crazy and fast and moves too. You wildin', man. You wildin'. That shit was beautiful. CM Punk 5 blunts every match. I don't care. even if he's not in it. So after that,
Punk, they said they gave a shout out to CM Punk. Five blunts.
Facts. That's it. The whole show.
Terrible,
So after that, we had Thunder Rosa, Jade Cargill, and Nyla Rose all cutting promos at each other, talking shit. Thunder Rosa sounded like a badass for show. I love Jade Cargill, becoming more and more of a fan of her every show. Nyla Rose is Nyla Rose. She's a beast. So after that, we had the Super Click going up against Jurassic Express. I'm not about to run down everything that happened in this match. You got me fucked up. So I just recommend you go watch it because it was a lot. The intro, first of all, Super Click's intro was fire. Adam Cole's theme music is ridiculous. Like, that shit goes so hard. That shit goes so hard. I was like, yes, this is what theme music should sound like. It sounded like it had more bass than every fucking every joint that happened. Who said fuck CM Punk? Hey Jay, don't get banned,
Jay.
Man. What is wrong with you, Jay?
Damn,
that is not okay.
And Gross, I don't hate CM Punk. I just expect more from CM Punk, and that shit was boring.
Punk is a hypocrite. Why is Punk a hypocrite? What are you talking about, Jay? What are you talking? Jay is over here. He's talking about some crazy stuff. Swap Starks with Jericho. Yeah, facts. I agree. But yeah, remember the Super Click versus Jurassic Express was amazing.
Fat Jay is in the future, so he must know something that we don't, because he comes live from the future.
I mean, maybe I don't know.
He is on the planet.
I don't know what CM Punk did to him, but no, I'm just playing. So yeah, this match was amazing. The Super Click ended up winning with a series of moves that included a BTE trigger and a Panama Sunrise and a bunch of violent knees and feet to the head of Luchasaurus, and they pinned him for the win. It was an amazing match. Christian came out at one point and, was trying to get involved. Jungle Boy and Adam Cole stared off after the match, which I was like,
let's go.
Like, all these things are happening that I didn't know I needed. And then when I'm seeing them, I'm like,
Let's go.
I'm like, of course I want to see Jungle Boy versus Adam Cole. Of course I want to see that. Of course. It makes perfect sense. So
let's go.
So I appreciate it.
I saw that shit. I was
Jay said he left WWE saying the old guys get the wins at WWE, and hence he left WWE, but then comes to AEW and does the Jay.
He's not an old guy.
That's a terrible reason to call him a hypocrite. He can't. How you gonna put over young guys if you come back and just start losing? No, he doesn't. Let me explain to you why. You have to have credibility to put over young guys. You don't have credibility if you lose. So he needs to win a bunch of matches and then have them start putting over guys, and then they'll become stars. You can't just have him, CM Punk shows up and then just starts losing. Then you just kill the steam of CM Punk. The people who beat him don't get no rub because they be the old guy who couldn't win a match. Like, it don't do nothing for nobody. He got to win matches. Y'all think it backwards.
backwards. I don't agree on the Hobbes thing. Hobbes is fucking boring and wacky.
Yeah, y'all wildin', man. Hobbes is the shit.
But
bro.
I will not disrespect Hobbes because I like my body parts to work properly.
He had credibility, Jay, but you got to reestablish that credibility in the ring. He even questioned himself. He said it in a promo. Everybody was. You leave the game for 7 years, no one knows if you can still go, especially against people like Darby Allin. You know what I mean? People like Rey Fenix and Kenny Omega. These are people that people were already saying were better than CM Punk when CM Punk was around. Like, CM Punk, I know he says he's the best in the world, but what if he had to face these people in New Japan, so and so? Like, people are already saying those things. So it's like, you got to reestablish that credibility. You can lose credibility after you've established it once you've been away for a while. So, So the guy who hasn't wrestled in 7 years can defeat a guy who has wrestled. Yeah, if he has the experience.
Yep. I mean,
that's the benefit of experience.
But that's why I'm saying thank you for CM Punk last night, because that's the CM Punk I like to see wrestle, because he knew Hobbs was bigger than him, and the whole story of that match of him breaking down his legs and attacking, that's what you do when you fight.
Like, the storytelling in both of his first two matches have been amazing. Regardless of what Two-Face says, them going slow for the first 10 minutes of the first match was good
Darby had to
storytelling
dumb
because he
himself
just
down
came
to
back.
fight
He was
CM
being
Punk.
safe. If he had moved too fast or tried to go too fast off the break against Darby, then he could have made a mistake because he hasn't wrestled in 7 years. But because he's a veteran and using his experience, he moved slow and took his time working himself back into the ring and shaking off the ring rust before he picked up his speed in the match. Y'all got to think about wrestling storytelling, man. You can't just jump out there and do things because it's your feelings. Y'all be so wrapped up in your
Darby
feelings.
Allin
It's not
had
about
to
feelings.
downplay his wrestling skills to fight CM Punk.
Punk and
He had
Cena
to
made
dumb
me
it
get
down.
back into the fact that match is a classic. 5 blunts. Cena versus Punk. Money in the Bank. 5 blunts.
Yeah. Oh man,
Hobbs don't even have a finisher.
he too busy
Yeah,
snarling.
he does have a finisher. He does have a finisher. I don't know the name of it, but he does it pretty much every match. Oh, he does have a finisher. So after the Elite beat Jurassic Express, we had the Men of the Year going up against Jericho and Hager. This was a segment I didn't need, even though I'm happy that Men of the Year won the match. Can I give my unpopular opinion? Don't need to see Chris Jericho wrestle anymore.
Damn, that was cold.
Don't need to see it. There's a bunch of 30 and 40-year-olds and 20-year-olds that I want to watch wrestle. And I just don't need to see Jericho have TV matches. Like, at this point, he should be like a rock band spectacle. Town Business. Good call. That's the name of his finishing move. But yeah, like Jericho, he just has matches. They're never bad matches, but they're just not great because he's very, very limited. And having Jake Hager as your tag team partner doesn't really help with that cause. So they went up against Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, 2 of my favorites. Love these guys. They came out with their, I guess, official manager now. Paul Lambert. Is it Paul Lambert or Pat Lambert? I think Paul Lambert. I forget. But came out with him, talking shit, had a match. Match was good. Men of the Year got the win. But then Hager, after taking the L, I guess he's turning heel all of a sudden. And he just attacked him. He's a sore loser. Now I agree with you on that. But he turned heel. Or he didn't turn heel. I'm sorry. He attacked Men of the Year. But then the entire MMA roster came out. I was like, damn, there's like 12 MMA fighters out here. A bunch of people start piling up from the back. America's Top Team is what they were calling these guys. I don't know what that means or who they're, so I don't know what that is. But they killed Jericho and Hager. They let the girl beat up on Jericho, I think, for a minute. So I hope Jericho punches her in the face next time he sees her, because equality. So after that, we had Private Party and the Butcher and the Blade going up against Pride and Powerful and the Lucha Brothers. Fire-ass match. Once again, these matches on AEW are just too much to break down, move by move. It's like you kind of got to see it. A lot happened. It was really good. Fast-paced match. Private Party at one point did like a reverse blockbuster DDT outside the ring. I don't even know what the hell that move was called, but it was like one of them was holding, he flipped him over his head and it turned into a DDT, and I was like, oh my God, that was beautiful. This match was crazy. All 8 of these guys look great. Even the Butcher and the Blade look great. Well, they're great tag team. But all 4 teams look great in the match, got their shit in. Matt Hardy tried to, get involved a bunch of times. He even went to cut off somebody's ponytail. I forget who was ponytail. Was he threatening to cut off at one point?
I ain't gonna lie, I took my
But then
drugs
that's
last
when
night,
Orange
probably.
Cassidy came out and stopped that, and then Pride and Powerful got the win when they hit their finisher. It was a really, really good match. Highly suggest you go see it if you haven't already. Then Matt Hardy did a promo backstage, and he challenged Orange Cassidy to a hair versus hair match. Two-Face.
What the fuck?
No, it gets worse. It gets worse. It wasn't his hair. He was like, no, not my hair. You're gonna face Jack Evans for his hair. And Jack Evans was like, what? I didn't say. And Matt Hardy's like, you better win. And I'm just like, nobody give a fuck about Jack Evans' hair. You know what I mean? Just, you want to shave your head, shave your head. Nigga, you ain't got to have a match. We don't care. Like, we care about Matt Hardy because that would be completely crazy. Matt Hardy shaving his head to be a new look. We know Matt Hardy for 20 years. Like, it's different. Like, I don't give a fuck if, you know what I mean, this dude shaves his head. Who the fuck is he? I'm sorry. I just don't care. Jack Evans, I just don't care. So Jack Evans will be bald soon. So let's look forward to that.
I don't even know who the fuck that is. That's sad. And I watched
he was in H20, I think, the water team. No, that's not their name. He's in H2. I don't, man. Who cares? They weren't that good. But Sammy Guevara and Fuego del Sol, were out during the ad break holding up signs because Sammy was about to, they were promoting Sammy's match because he's facing Miro for the AEW TNT title next week. Yeah, it's going to be a fire match. At least I think. It might not be so fire. It might not be so fire because Miro came out and attacked both of them and sent them both to the Shadow Realm. So they have been banished to the Shadow Realm. We hope Sammy Guevara returns. I know he doesn't drink. He's straight edge. He told me himself. But I think he might need a drink after that beating. So after that, we had Anna Jay and Penelope Ford to face two beautiful blondes coming out to beef, have fight. Anna Jay wasn't about that. She wanted that smoke, though. She just came out and attacked her before Penelope even got to the ring. I like this, the aggression. I like it. That's what you're supposed to do. She was beating the hell out of her. The bunny distracted the referee. Ford hit Jay with brass knucks, that was passed on by the bunny, and Ford gets the win. Bunny and Ford then attack. Jay and Ty Conti came out to help her friend, the HFO, form a barricade around the ring. But Orange Cassidy shows up with Statlander. And then the whole Dark Order came out. It looks like order has been restored with the Dark Order and the band is back together. I, for one, am happy because if you break them up, what the fuck are they going to do? It's only 3 hours of television. You can't break them up and have a segment for all of them. Just keep them all in a group so they can all get on TV. It's the smartest thing they could have done.
For Bray Wyatt.
There you go. Bray Wyatt is the obvious choice for the new leader of the Dark Order. Yeah.
Anna Jay and Ty Conti, they do that to the ring too. That little fast power walk instead of just running. I get a kick out of that shit.
But at least they Spanish ladies, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? It works.
Lord have mercy.
They're good at moving their hips.
Have mercy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's talk about this lights out main event, which got about a good 20-30 minutes. They gave them time because they obviously, Moxley and Suzuki were cut short on their singles match last week, so they gave them a lot of time this week, which was awesome. Lance Archer and Suzuki are going up against Mox and Kingston. This match was basically a bloodbath. It wasn't a bloodbath because there wasn't a whole bunch of blood, but it was a hardcore match. It was these motherfuckers beat the shit out of each other, for lack of better words. Jay said 10 minutes went in ads. Yeah, you're right. They did some pictures, but yeah, it was a lot of commercials. That's what happens when you do a 2-hour show. Got to pay the bills. But yeah, the match was crazy. Suzuki and Kingston were going at it. Archer and Suzuki were basically dominating for most of the match. They tied up Mox's hands with some duct tape at one point and start beating the shit out of him. Suzuki was biting Moxley's forehead because these two like to bite each other a lot. They do it every match. They're cannibals at this point. Kingston was chopping Suzuki and Archer, but it was literally doing nothing. He was doing like his rapid chops at one point. That had a little more effect, but didn't really do anything. Archer was dominating the match for the most part. For most of the match, I say about 60% of the match was dominated by Archer.
As he should.
Yeah, as he should. You're right. Archer was about to end it, but then Eddie Kingston's best friend, John Moxley, nope, because that's what I was told earlier, but apparently his best friend Homicide showed up, who's, local guy because they were in New York, and, he grabbed a chair and trash cans and helped the guys out, and they beat the shit out of Archer and Suzuki. Mox hit a paradigm shift on everybody at one point. They put a trash can on fucking Archer's head and hit it with a kendo stick like 75 times and then pinned him. Literally, no, like 75 times. He hit the kid. But the cameraman is a dickhead. Whoever's producing the show is a piece of shit. Why would you turned the camera around to where we could see his head in the trash can not being hit. Like, you had the perfect angle. You're facing the opposite side of the trash can, so you can't see inside of it. So he just beating the trash can. You can't see, you're assuming his head isn't getting hit, obviously, but you can't see it, so you can assume it. But then if you spin the camera all the way around to where we see the opening of the trash can, his body sitting there with his head nowhere near where the dents are, it's like, thanks for taking this out of the match, buddy. You know what I mean? That was so stupid. It was so stupid.
The noise can be somewhat paralyzing to your eardrums, so maybe that's the whole thing of the kendo sticks being hit on the trash can. Just me being.
I mean, it would have worked if they just didn't show us that he wasn't being hit by the kendo stick. It just didn't. It's like the vibrations knocked him out, nigga. It was supposed to be hurting him at that point. Like, I don't. But that was the end of it, man. Kingston ended up getting. Kingston and Mox got the win. It was a fun match. Hard-hitting match, standard hardcore procedure for AEW. Another good show. That's the end of the review, but after the review, you know what we do, baby. It's time for those Rampage blunt ratings.
It's time for the blunt ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the blunt ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official blunt rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the blunt ratings.
We want the smoke. Talk to him. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
Yo, that shit is fire.
Thank you. I gotta edit that one. One of the words ended up being a picture. I don't know how I did that. I messed that up. Editing takes a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get that fixed.
But that shit is dope, though. But I didn't get to see the whole thing. So how about I ask you, Lalo, Mr. HD,
yeah.
What would you give the rest the matches?
Matches on Rampage, bro. I would 4.25. I mean, it's definitely it's minimum of 4. Yeah, I mean minimum. I would probably say 4.25. The opening match, Punk versus Hobbes, was great. The tag match was great. The 4 versus 4 match was not 4 versus 4. I mean, 3 versus 3. Super Click at Jurassic Park 3-on-3. Yeah, that was great. Men of the year, Jericho Hager was good. I got the right winner, which I'm happy about. So I say 4.25 for matches.
All right. I wonder if this is going to be a regular thing with the 2 hours. But all right, promos and backstage segments.
Now for promos and backstage segments, the ladies cut good promos. Matt Hardy, the whole challenge, no. Wasn't a whole lot of fire promos on the show, man. There wasn't a whole lot of talking. It felt more like a pay-per-view, like it was just match. So, I'm gonna say 3 blunts for promos and backstage segments. Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right. Storytelling.
Storytelling. 4.5. 4 and 4. It's CM Punk putting people over, even when winning. I like Thunder Rosa, Cargill, Nyla Rose getting a story that doesn't have to involve the belt. It is possible, WWE, I promise. I love Adam Cole and the Super Click. I love Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy. That stare down, awesome, man. Great storytelling right there. They just Adam Cole looked like he was just giving him a lecture. Like I'm gonna teach you something in the future, kid. I know you think you're good. I'm gonna show you some things. I don't know what's going on with the MMA shit. I don't know what's going on with the MMA guys, but it happened. Yeah, I say a 4. I say 4. I don't want to go over 4 for storytelling. Solid 4 for storytelling. Commentary squad. We're going to give commentary. We had some guest commentators. Obviously, we had Taz and Tony Stark on commentary. Ricky Starks on commentary. We also had what's his name? The Elite. The fucking pink jacket. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Elite's manager on there. He was on commentary for a little bit. I think that's it. Who was on commentary?
Callis.
But Callis.
Don,
Thank you, Don Callis.
Yeah.
So
my
many
guy.
names.
I like that guy.
Yeah, so commentary.
Dick.
Yeah, he's a great asshole. They have some really good asshole people, like non-wrestlers, like between him and the other the Man of the Year man. Like those two guys are great at their jobs. Commentary, I would, storytelling or commentary. 4 blunts. 4 blunts for commentary. 4 blunts for the commentary team. Let's go.
And the crowd.
5 blunts. We're not even.
Yo, I fucking love AEW's crowd.
AEW crowd is
ever.
bananas. It's the best wrestling crowd around. It reminds me of ECW a little bit, just on a way bigger scale. Obviously, not being held in a Philly gym or some shit, but yeah, it's AEW crowd be lit. You know what I mean? They be super lit every week. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They make the shows even better to watch, more fun to watch. So got to give them their props. So that is 8, that is 13, that is 16.
I need to be at one of those shows
20.5.
live. That energy is insane.
That's a 4. That's a 4.1. All right, we'll go 4.1. So go badge 4.1 show for AEW Dynamite or AEW Rampage Grand Slam. This is night 1 of the Rampage Grand Slam. I guess next week will be 2 more episodes of Dynamite and Rampage Grand Slam, because I guess a Grand Slam is 4, so they're going to do 4 shows. And yeah, okay, so works for me. I like how they come up with these creative names for their TV shows. It's cool. So
because it gives it a pay-per-view feel. I love it.
Exactly, and they only do 4 pay-per-views a year, so this is great. We get all these amazing pay-per-view matches on free TV. It's great, and it makes people want to pay $50 for a pay-per-view, because there's no network or Peacock for AEW, so they got to get people to spend $50 to watch them shits. Yep. So it's a different thing. That's the end of the review, ladies and gentlemen. Both reviews, the end of the king size super review, but that's not the end of the stream, because we'll be here for another 10-15 minutes, because me and Two-Face are going to round down today's news stories, and then we're going to follow that with the predictions for Extreme Rules. So going right into the news intro. We'll see you guys back here in a second. Let's get it.
This is my yard now. It doesn't matter what your name is. We want the smoke, so we want the smoke.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What is up? Let me get Two-Face's camera in here once again. Still getting these cameras situated. Two-Face, what's going on, brother? We gonna get you on the right this time, dog.
I am here.
Yeah, Two-Face in the building. So we gonna talk about today's news stories real quick before we get into the predictions for Extreme Rules. So yeah, Keith Lee has a nickname. I don't know if you saw this house show news.
Oh no,
I'm worried.
They're killing
really
me
worried
with Keith Lee, man.
Yeah, they can't get right. WWE can't get right. Bearcat, his name is Keith Bearcat Lee.
Motherfucker, for what? Why?
It's also another recycled wrestler name. Bearcat is like a WWE Hall of Famer. I mean, he's a wrestler from like the 40s or 50s or 60s or something like that. Old black wrestler, one of the first days. Bearcat in 2021? Bearcat? It sounds like a children's cartoon name. Bearcat? It's stupid. It's dumb. Why? They just can't get it right with him.
Why can't he just be Keith Lee and then
just be Keith Lee
give him a
and
subtitle?
Be the great Keith Lee, man. God damn, man. It's so fucking stupid. I don't understand this company sometimes. But that's what they're doing. It was on his Jumbotron for a house show, so hopefully everyone hates it so much that they don't actually bring it to the main shows.
They put the Bearcat on the Jumbotron?
Bearcat is his nickname, bro. That's what he's going by now. It is what it is. So now we got beef between WWE and Fox. I think we could all saw this coming from a mile away because Sean Rossap and the guys over at Fightful are reporting that there is some definite friction between WWE and Fox. Fox is apparently not happy with WWE promoting Peacock on their network because obviously Peacock is owned by NBC. And those are rival networks. So you can't be promoting somebody else's shit network on your on somebody else's. That ain't going to work out well. Also, Fox wanted access to WWE's pay-per-views, for which one WWE official said that Fox can pay and get a subscription to Peacock to watch the pay-per-view, just like how the creative heads of Peacock are doing as well. So he's like, bitch, go get a subscription to Peacock. You want to get some shit for free. So I don't know. This is going to all come to a head at some point, especially with WWE sharing their rosters and possibly like moving people, big name people away from SmackDown over to Raw to try to get the Raw numbers back up and different things like that. And WWE trying to serve multiple masters by having shows on different networks that are, cross promoted. It's different with AEW. Their networks are owned by the same person. Even if their show go to TBS, it's all owned by one person or one company, one entity. So they won't have those problems. Sometimes
Fox can be greedy. It's like, we
Fox
all know
Fox.
that Fox is yeah. I mean, I get all
but
that.
No, but we can't, because when you start looking at the numbers, Two-Face, no. WWE is making $1 billion in 5 years. Fox is paying them $200 million a year for SmackDown. As opposed to Raw, which is basically like half of that. Like USA Network is paying half of that for Raw, which is a 3-hour show. And SmackDown's a 2-hour show, but costs Fox twice as much. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Fox not being greedy. They want their show to be good. They want a return on their investment, and I 100% agree with them on that. They deserve to get a return on their investment, especially when, the product is good and you're trying to dilute it just to make another show on another network that we don't give a fuck about better. Like, we don't care about Raw. That ain't making us no money. We care about SmackDown. That's the show we paying $1 billion for in 5 years. A billion. I'm not sure if y'all not a billion. It's $1 billion. Like, nigga, you give me whatever I want. I want Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Undertaker to retire. I want everybody back, nigga. What do you mean no?
Oh, don't say that. Then it'll be like,
can't tell me
Saudi
no.
Arabia.
Okay, I was joking. Too far. Undertaker, too far. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll see how things work out with those in the near future. Let's see what else we got here. WWE add a city to their banned names list. WD has a bunch of names on their banned names list, and now apparently a city has joined the banned list. This past week, WWE is at Raleigh, North Carolina, but the name of the city was never mentioned on TV. According to Dave Meltzer, the reason for this is because the name of the city is not popular enough, and that is why. Okay, that sounds like some real WWE shit. Moving on, Big E to be Big E to be the right person to retire a Hall of Famer. Which Hall of Famer do you think that would be if Big E was going to be the perfect person to retire him? Two-Face.
Retire what? Somebody that's still
like
fighting?
to like put them like to give their last match in WWE. Who should it be?
Brock Lesnar.
Damn, that's a better call than the person that they actually have here. Jacoby, you got it. It's Goldberg. Big E was
supposed to be over already.
I know he should already be retired, but he was speaking to Hot 97. Big E was talking to those guys over there, and he said the right person to retire WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg would be himself. He says, well, who better to retire him? Who better to take him out to pasture? Take old Yeller behind the barn. We'll see. I just feel like I would be the right person to send him home, send him on home, give him his walking cane. I wish I should have said this in the Big E voice and say, thank you for your service. I should have said it in the Big E voice. That would have been more entertaining. But yeah, Big E versus Goldberg. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Not interested. Not interested.
I'm glad that he won the title, so hopefully him winning the title just makes everybody forget about that storyline between Goldberg and Bobby
I already
Lashley.
forgot it. Well, I don't imagine you even brought it back up. So Adam Cole talked about the hardest part about leaving WWE. He was speaking to Renee Paquette on her during an oral session. It's not what you think. Adam Cole mentioned that the hardest part about leaving WWE. Well, he said besides wrestling, some great wrestlers. Adam Cole feels that not being part of the party on Up, Up, Down, Down is the hardest part about leaving the squad. Yeah,
he was on there a lot.
I could see that being a thing. Obviously, his Twitch channel is very important to him. That was ultimately the deciding factor on him staying and leaving WWE, was him being able to keep his Twitch or whatever. And yeah, he can't be on Up, Up, Down, Down no more. That shit is hella fun. They got 3 million viewers on there. He gets to play video games with his friends. Yeah, so it sucks. But you know, I'm sure he'll be happy wrestling and doing all that shit. Plus, Up, Up, Down, Down is owned by WWE, so yeah. Xavier should have never sold that shit. I wish he would have never sold that shit to them.
But then they would have tried to shut it down. So at least he's probably making more money right now doing it.
Yeah. We got a couple more quick stories here. Apparently, Rey Mysterio and Dom Mysterio may not happen because that's not really what Rey wants. He was speaking to TalkSport's Alex McCarthy, and he said, "I think in a perfect world, I would love to step out of the ring and kind of just pass the torch on to my son. You know, a lot of people talk about the possible turn, father versus son. For me, it would mean much more to take my mask off and say, here, it's your time. I'm stepping away. Continue with this. Write it." That would be beautiful. That's what they should do. Now that I hear that, that's what they should do. That's exactly what they should do. Because you can't have them in the mask. You can't have them start with the mask because we watched them grow up without the mask. It's like, why even start them with the mask? But then when the mask is passed down, it just makes much more sense and has so much more meaning. That is a genius way to end this by Rey. Rey is obviously thinking about ending his career soon. He's like 45, 46 years old, still moving like a cruiserweight, but, you know,
like
sure he wants to go chill. Sure he wants to be done and chill. He got his son in it. He done his job as a father. He's probably good. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens with those two. And in our last news story today, John Cena's been canceled. You know that's never happening. Shout out to Peacemaker, coming soon. Can't wait to see it. But the fans, obviously, are not that happy with John Cena, and this is more Dark Side of the Ring fallout. Because during an episode of Dark Side of the Ring, there was a clip where John Cena was on the Howard Stern show, and he mentioned that Chris Kanyon was not that good of a wrestler. This offended a whole bunch of people. They were trying to cancel John Cena all over the internet. If you don't know Two-Face, because I know you didn't watch wrestling back then, Two-Face or Chris Kanyon was a great wrestler back at WCW. He did come to WWE during the transition when Vince McMahon bought him, and he ended up being like IC or US champion for a little bit in WWE. But he was gay. He was a closet homosexual. He never spoke about it during his career because he always felt like, obviously he would be excoriated in the wrestling business. And as much as we heard about the wrestling business, he's probably right. But he ended up committing suicide. He ended up committing suicide, taking his own life, unfortunately. Very, very sad story, especially because he was actually a really good wrestler. He was entertaining. I liked him more in WCW. Because the invasion angle was just all trash to me. But him in WCW, he was really good. He was a tag team wrestler, But they did the most recent Dark Side of the Ring was about him, and they had a clip of John Cena, like some random clip, like John Cena's like, yeah, he didn't make it in WWE because he wasn't that good of a wrestler, which is very ironic coming from John Cena. Can we just say that? It's just like, let's just be honest, like. Chris Kanyon grew up wrestling and was doing it. He's a veteran. He had already been wrestling for 15 years when John Cena came in. So for John Cena to make this, it's kind of asinine. You could be like, yeah, John, that sounds stupid, but you're not canceling nobody for saying, giving their opinion on somebody's wrestling skills, my nigga. Shut the fuck up. If you are one of those people, take your foot, put it back in your mouth and just leave it there because no one cares.
And they're gonna tumble down the hill.
Say that, like dead ass, like you gonna cancel somebody for giving their opinion on somebody's wrestling skills. That's what
he didn't
we
say
do.
anything about him being gay. He just said he
gonna
was
cancel every wrestling YouTube channel, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
That sounds ridiculous. He said nothing about that man's sexuality, nothing about his personal being, nothing about his hair. He didn't say nothing about his physical. He said nothing about but his wrestling skills. So shut your bitch asses up.
Right.
It's unfortunate that the man did take his own life and he is gone and blah, blah, but it's not like John Cena said that shit yesterday. There was a clip from a decade ago that you pulled. Like, the internet is fucking weird.
No,
you know what I mean?
One of the best wrestlers in the world right now was not good enough to be on WWE after that whole transition with WCW, and that's fucking AJ Styles. They said and look at him now. He's one of the best in the fucking world in the business. Period.
Now he's been one of the best in the world since that moment. Like he was one of the for the last 15 years in Impact and TNA. Like he's been one of the best. Like New Japan,
him and Kurt Angle are the reason why I started watching Impact again.
Facts. That is facts. Kurt Angle is the one that made me start paying attention to Impact when he went there. So, but that's our last news story today, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys sticking with us. It has been a long stream. Well, it's only been an hour and 40 minutes. We've done those before. It ain't been that long. Right. We will be right back in 20 minutes, though. We are already behind schedule. We'll be right back in 20 minutes with the Extreme Rules prediction. So we're going to end this stream. You guys can come right back in 20 minutes and join us as we do our Extreme Rules predictions live and try to take down the champion, Super High Travis Sly. So we'll see you guys back here in just 1 second. Hope you're enjoying the new format. Still getting shit tweaked and together over here, but we got it coming soon. Hope you guys like the new overlays and all that shit too. I think it looks nice myself. A lot of hard work over here. So
that's how I'm going.
We'll see you guys. He said it was like 5 people on Twitter that were mad about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, physics. It's like nobody fucking important. Like who's like, those people need to shut the fuck up. So, yeah, we'll see you guys in 20 minutes. And you guys can watch me give perfect predictions as I always never do. All right. See you guys later.
Damn.
Coming for you, nigga.